Hi everyone. All right, so let us review the video, the recent video, as it relates to try to police bad up traveler and demand evidence that he can drive. All right. It is often said, I don't know if any of you have ever heard it, that a man is a fool to what he don't know, and that remains the true today, tomorrow, and for all days to come. There is a 1979 Privy Council case that remains law in Jamaica today, RV Singh, where in that case the court, amongst other cases, but in that one addressed the police tactic called detection by deception. It must be known and made clear that the police is actually legally allowed to lie to you. Yes, the police is legally permitted to lie to everyone. It is said to be one of the strategies for the detection of offenses. So when a police, let's talk about what happened in that video. When Constable Deans stopped me, and let me say, Constable Deans, unlike some other officers, professional in regards to, you know, how you went through, you identify yourself and all of that. So I applaud you for all of that. And you, at the end of it, you told me, thank you for patience, but you laugh at me at the end though. Nevertheless, let's continue. Now, as it relates to the stop, now Constable Deans stopped me and he told me that he needs my documents. And I asked Constable Deans, are you detaining me just to get to review my documents? And he made it clear, yes, he's detaining me just to review my documents. He said, in fact, he said he's stopping me under section 7 of the Road Traffic Act, and I must, he said, produce documents. Well, let me say the first thing as it relates to that. Yes, section 7 speaks to the fact that you are to carry documents, your evidence of your fitness, registration and insurance, not license though. Doesn't speak to license. That is in section 20. And though it says you must, on request by a constable, produce your those documents, that must, for those of us who are watching and understand the law, you would know that in the courts, the word must or shall does not necessarily mean mandatory. And that is why there is such a charge as failing to produce. So if Constable Deans or any other constable, I refuse to give them my driver's license. There is such a charge that is considered to be failing to produce. Yes, so he could have gone and say, all right, if you are failing to produce, then I'm going to charge you, because he believes at that point that he is in the right. So just that alone will tell you that there's no must to give that document. Now, some people might ask, then Mr. Dunn, why did you give him the document if you are going around and saying that he had no, you know, reason to stop you and it's not lawful? I gave it to him plainly because he had made it clear that I'm detained, and he has made it clear that the reason for the stop is a witch hunt, or a fishing expedition as is normally used. And as a result of that, at that point in time, as far as I'm concerned, he would have already opened himself to civil liability. And as a result of that, it is very clear to me then and even now that at that point I would just give him the license to prevent anything going further than that, because again he would have already hanged himself. Yes, so when I gave him that license, it is just to get out of that situation. Could I have chosen not to give it to him and then deal with the matter in court and challenge the failure to produce on the grounds that he had no lawful reason to stop me in the first place, and that he breached my rights to freedom of movement, and such a breach was not constitutional? Yes, I could have gone that road. And in fact, I am because of the timetable of the Supreme Court today. It's like it sometimes it will take years to get matters through the Supreme Court. But based on the timetable today, if you ask me, in my pursuit to hold the system or public servants accountable, it seems to me that it is, I will need to take things a step further and start to, whenever I believe the constable did not have reasonable cause to stop me, then allow him to go ahead and produce and issue a ticket for failing to produce. Because at that point, it is easier to get through the criminal justice system than the civil system. The civil system packed, but the criminal justice system, which is what a failure to produce ticket is, or any traffic ticket is, it's easier for me to get my way around the court system once you get into the criminal justice system. Yes. So, like I said, and also I was very ill that day. You could hear it in my voice. I was not well. I had a headache, but even so, I was, asserting my right, because I remember one thing the courts have made clear: failure to assert your right timely. You can't come back and say, oh, you never offend the rights. Did you assert them? Yes. So a right can be waived. That is something that is always said, and we must understand at all times.